Let's look at homework exercise number 7 from section 7.2. For the graph on the right, determine if the slope is positive, negative, or 0. Now, what you're doing here is, this line, you're going to go from left to right. And notice, if you pick a point over here to the left, and as you go to the right this way, the line is going up. If the line is going up from left to right, then the slope is positive. So any line, even so a line, if it was going like this, again, we're going up, a point here, this point is higher than that point, we're going up, so the slope is positive. Okay? So that's all you have to do for that one, is look at the direction of the line from left to right. If it's going up, it is positive. All right? Homework exercise number 8. This line right here is going straight across. It's not rising or going down at all, so obviously it's a horizontal line. Now notice what? You're never going up, you're never going down. So for a horizontal line, the slope is equal to 0. Okay? So for a horizontal line, the slope is equal to 0. Okay, the slope and the y-intercept of a line, and again, back to number 8, since I'm not sure if you have more different problems, if the slope, just to look at different examples, here's the x and the y-axis, if the line is going down from left to right, this point here is lower than this point, then the slope is negative. So if it's going down, it's negative. If the line is exactly vertical, straight up and down, then the slope is so steep it would be undefined. So again, positive, it goes up from left to right, negative, it goes down. If it's vertical, undefined, and then if it's a horizontal in this problem, the slope is 0. Okay, those are your 4 different cases. Okay, find the slope and the y-intercept of the line. Now, this is using the fact, or the equation, y equals the slope times x plus b. When the equation is solved for y, the coefficient, or the number in front of x, is the slope, and the number that you're adding or subtracting is the y-intercept. If you're adding, then it's going to be positive, okay? And if it's subtracting, like a minus b, then the intercept will be negative. Okay, so now we have y for this equation, y equals negative 3x minus 6, whatever your equation is. Notice the number, the coefficient of x, the number in front of x is the slope. So the slope is a negative 3, and the y-intercept is equal to, again, I'm not sure if you put it in as a point or as a number, we'll see, but if it's a point, it's when x is 0, and the y-intercept here is what? Minus 6, so if it's a subtracting, it's a negative number, so it's 0, negative 6, or they might just want us to put in negative 6. Let's see here how they ask. Okay, so for the first thing is the slope, the number in front of x is negative 3. Okay, and the y-intercept, okay, I think you just put in the numbers. You don't have to put in a point. So just put in negative 6. Yeah, and it does it correct. So don't put in 0, negative 6. Just go ahead and put in negative 6. And it'll give you the correct answer. Okay, number 10, y define the slope and the y-intercept of the graph of the equation y equals this 5, 6x minus 4. Okay, now again, y equals mx plus b, right? We've got it solved for y, so the number in front of x is the slope. So the multiplier of x is 5 over 6, that's your slope, and you're going to put it in as a fraction, and the y-intercept is going to be, you're subtracting 4 there, so it's going to be a negative 4. And the y-intercept we said was a negative 4. All right, very good. All right, homework exercise number 11, slope and y-intercept. Now, in this one, if you have a number divided by x, it's 1 over that number. So again, y equals x over 4 plus 2/7. This is equivalent to saying it's 1/4 x plus 2/7, because 1 times x is x, and then it's x over 4. So if it was 5, it would be 1/5. So the coefficient of x is a slope, which is 1/4, and the y-intercept, again, is what we're adding, so it's going to be positive, and it's 2/7. All right, you don't have to have parentheses around there. Just 2/7 is the y-intercept. Slope was 1/4, and we said the y-intercept was, you can put it in as a fraction, 2 over 7. Okay? All right, now, for number 12, graph the linear equation, use the graphing tool to graph the linear equation, use the slope and the y-intercept when drawing the line. Okay, y equals 4x plus 5. Okay, what have we been learning? The slope is 4, or 4 over 1, and the y-intercept is 0. X is 0, y is 5, positive 5. Now what you can do is, to graph this, you know it's a linear equation, so the graph is a straight line. Pick the line tool, and then go ahead and plot the point 0, 5, which will be about right there, and then my orientation's off, and then from 0, 5, the slope is 4, 1. So we're going to go up 4 units and over 1. The slope is up and then to the right. Okay? So that's how you can do it. You first plot the y-intercept. This is where it crosses the y-axis at that number 5. And then from that point, the slope is 4 over 1. So the vertical change, you go up 4 units and over 1 to the right because it's positive. If it was negative, you'd go down. So again, on using that, we can go ahead and, okay, pick our line tool. We said the y-intercept is 5, right? So x is 0, y is 5. There's our y-intercept. The slope is up 4. So from 5, if we go up 4, that will bring us to 9, right? And over 1, right? Up 4 over 1 will bring us to 1, 9. There's the second point from our slope using 4 over 1, and there's the correct answer. Now, you can do this on your calculator. Remember, we did one of these in section section 7.1. Okay, you've got the equation y equals 4x plus 5, right? So you've got to go ahead and put it in. So you hit your y equals. Okay, if you have something in there different, you can hit clear, it'll wipe it out. Okay, 4 and you don't need times. If you just put in x, it'll automatically make it 4 times x. X is next to the green alpha, okay, and then plus 5. And again, how we got to that was the y equals, all right, let me do that one more time. First hit, second quit. To start over, y equals right below the calculator screen, y equals the leftmost button, y equals, put in the equation, 4, x is next to the green alpha, plus 5, okay, enter. Now again, you can go to second table, and that gives us our points, right? And notice, you see, you can, when the y-intercept is when x is 0, right? So when x is 0, it's right here, right? When x is 0, you see what? Y is 5, right? So 0, 5, the y-intercept is 5. That's what we did, 0, 5. And then what? The next one is over 1 up 9. Over 1 up 9. That's the second point. Okay, and again, the other way we did it, from that point we went up 4 over 1 using the slope. But here you're given 2 points, 1, 9, you can plot the 2 points, and you'll get the same correct answer. Okay, so on your calculator you can do this. You can use the y equals and then go to the table feature. Again, you have y equals, and you put in your function, and then the table is second graph. Notice the table is the far right key right below the calculator screen. So if you hit second and then graph, you'll get the table, and that's where we can get our points. And there's what? The 1.05, the y-intercept, and then the next point was over 1 up 9. It just told us what our value is. And there it is. And that's the same answers we got. Okay? And remember, if you need to change your table set, you can go to second window, table set, and keep it started usually at -3, somewhere around there. Table 1, and then both of these are auto. So if one of these are on ask, go ahead and use your left arrow to highlight auto and then hit enter, and that sets your table. All right? Very good. We will stop this session here. If you have any questions, send me an email at tspurs@hodges.edu or call me at 239-938-7805. Thank you.